Good morning, Windsor folks looking at Windsor real estate. This is this week's Windsor real estate update. Every week I endeavor to do the same thing over and over and over again to show you how strong and resilient the Windsor real estate market actually is. You are going to also see some data sets in this video of a house that I sold on Westminster and how I gauge how successful that purchase was. It was 140% successful, or that sale was. So for the week, let's dive in. We had 620, whatever that number is, 627, I think it is, units available of supply in Windsor, Tecumseh, LaSalle. 125 of them were above 950,000. Sorry, I have a little bit of a trout issue today. 274 units of those were rental units or burned out units. So I don't consider these to be even available. So I subtract out these two. We have 228 units of available supply, 228 houses currently on the market without rental properties and all that stuff factored into that. It's less, but I haven't done that. 228 units of available supply. We sold 56 units on the week. That would mean that, and two of them were above 1.1 million, so 54. So 54, 228 divided by 54 equals 4.22 weeks of supply. We have 1 month of supply of houses on our Windsor market. That's all. A very low supply of houses. So if we have a very low supply of houses, you would expect to see that most all of our houses would be selling over, wouldn't you? It's not the case. So for the week, here's all the houses, the 56 houses. Let's dive in, shall we? 56 total. There were 19 houses that sold under their asking price. 19 sold under their asking price. And 6 sold at their asking price for 25 units. Now, no supply, you would expect this number to be different, but it's not. It's a great time to be a buyer right now. There is this window of buying opportunity that is staggering in the city of Windsor right now, because these numbers will reverse. Well, we don't really know exactly what's going to happen, but over time, numbers reverse back to a mean. There were 32 houses that sold over. The average asking price was $28,126.65. The average selling price was $29,329,664. Right? Average. So this was another good volume week for the city of Windsor real estate. $30 million, rounded down. $29 million of real estate is a really good week. It's about par. It's about average. 1.208999 was over. Divide that by the number of units sold, and you see that our overbid, average overbid, for those houses that got an overbid, the average overbid was $21,589. So in other words, if you're out looking at houses and you see a house priced at $199, what's it worth? Well, depending upon how it's priced out, you need a professional realtor to kind of guide you, because some realtors are listing $1 million houses at $199,900 just for grins and giggles. Doesn't make any sense to me, but okay, they do it. But anyway, you need a realtor to be able to tell you, hey, should we just be spot on $21,589, or should we be a little bit more or a little bit less? That's what a good realtor from a buyer side will help with. And then the average sale price for the city of Windsor is held very, very steady. It's exceptionally steady, Eddie. $523,744 is the average purchase price for a house in the city of Windsor. 523. If you have less than that, it's a little bit harder. If you have more than that, it's a little bit easier. Now, As you know, I pay attention to game theory. And here's what I'm going to do. So at 2.0 sell side commission, so offering up the competing realtor, 2.0, only got 95.9% of the average overbid. And the average overbid, as we know, was $21,500. Now, let's get out our handy dandy calculator here. So 95% of that is 20,000. Let me find a pen here. Should have been a little bit more prepared, but not a Boy Scout today. That was 20,425 on average. They underperformed. 2.25 was 30% less than the average, so 21,500 by 30%, 15,050. And 2.5% to the competing realtor. How well did they do? They got 125.89% by 125.89% is 27,066. Now, here's what's so important about this. Which would you have rather had? Would you have rather had 20,000 more for your house? Would you have rather had 15,000 more for your house? Or would you have rather had 27,066 more for your house? I say that you would like to have $27,000 more for your house. I believe that. That's what I believe. More is always better. Give me more, Brian. That's why I'm hiring a realtor to give me more. Now, let's look at this. The difference, we're going to keep it simple. For grins and giggles, we're going to keep it simple at $7,000 more. Now, if the average price of a house in the city of Windsor was $523, and we pay 0.5% more, that's $2,615 more, then I'm still plus 7 minus 2615. I'm still plus 4385. I should be paying the competing realtor more. Now, what happens though is some realtors come in and they say, and I had one of these this week, it's competing to try to get the listing. The listing realtor comes in and says, hey, I'll take the listing at 3.0. Happens all the time. People are like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what a listing realtor makes, what a listing realtor doesn't make. Oh, man, who cares? Okay. Now, that means that there's only 2.0 left available for the competing realtor. So this realtor who comes in and demands 3% to even get out of bed in the morning forces your house to mathematically underperform. This realtor should be fired. Now, let me go one more step in this training. We'll call this a training video. And I'm going to pull up something on my computer here while I'm chatting with you because this stuff is so freakingly important. That's why I have degrees and designations and things involved in real estate, which is really important. listing. Let's go listing. Whoop. We'll just keep it simple. We're going to pull up just Brampton's here. Doesn't matter which one we choose. Start a new transaction, create a new standalone form. Just go here. Okay, so here's Brampton's listing agreement of purchase and sale. Windsor's looks pretty much similar. We use standard forms in the market. Now, down here, this is the most important part of a listing agreement, the commission. So if the realtor puts in 5% here, because the standard in Windsor is 5%, okay, 5.0 goes there. And then they put the cooperating brokerage commission of 2.0. They're forcing your house to underperform. You must, before you put your initials down here, over here, you must pay attention. This is the most important section of a listing agreement. This, from a game theory perspective, which is a university type of degree, I teach you this in university, and so many realtors don't have university degrees. But this brokerage commission should be 2.5. If it's 2.25, you will only get 15,000 over. If it's 2.0, you will only get 20,000 over on average. This number needs to be 2.5 so that it is $27,000 more in your pocket. You'll end up with $4,385 more in your pocket for the average Windsor home. So what happens is a lot of realtors come in and they say, hey, we realize you're not paying any attention. We don't even talk about competing realtor commission. Don't even talk about it. We just talk about what we'll do it for. So then, and there's lawsuits about this stuff too. Massive lawsuits coming up about this kind of stuff. So then, what they'll do is they'll put 5.0 here, they'll put 2 here, get your initials. They're making 3. And all they're really doing is pounding the sign in, doing a quick little video, putting it out on MLS, and they might do a little bit of an information packet, which is just go home, click, create a little information packet, put it on your desk, or put it on your kitchen table. And you sit there and say, gee, they're doing some good work. Look at this fancy printed out thing. But in reality, they're making 3% on your $500,000 listing. They're making $15,000 for every listing. And the competing realtor is only getting 2% of $520,000. So the competing realtor is only getting $10,000. Keep it simple. Now, you might be okay with that. That's okay. But you need to also be told what's going on with it. You need to be educated on what's going on with it. That's what this video is for as well, too. So at least I am one of those realtors that can at least say, my clients are informed. I've got the video out there. All they had to do was go on YouTube and watch the video to be able to understand game theory and commissions. It does vary a little bit from week to week, but it's pretty much always more in the seller's pocket if they choose a 2.5% competing realtor commission. Now, let me show you my listing that I sold this week. And we'll show you how well it performed. There's no hiding the numbers. So, Westminster, right here in the middle of the sheet. The average price of Windsor. That's why I'm right in the middle. It's a good spot to be. I like being right in the middle. I like it. It's a great thing. So we listed it at $449.9, and it sold for $480,000, which was all of what it was worth. I thought it was worth between $475 and $480. It sold for $480, which was all it was worth. And several realtors came at us at that number. So it did 140%. Notice that it had paid a competing realtor commission of 2.5. Now, this was a senior citizen client, so she got my 0.5% discount. So my side of the commission was only 2. And I'm working my butt off for that 2. Literally working my butt off. My whole team's been in that house. I've got labor costs in there. I've got all kinds of different things from a cost perspective. But I'm trying to help a 93-year-old get good dollars for her house. And I did that. I hit the ball out of the park. Mathematically. Do they fully understand it? No, because this is advanced math. This is like a college level 700 class on real estate for most people. Because it comes down to math. And everybody sits there and says, I don't understand, but okay, Brian. So we got 140% of the average over. The average over for the month or for the week we know was $21,500. And we got 140% of that. Wasn't that successful from a selling realtor's perspective? Absolutely. I hit the ball out of the park by 140%. So let's end this video here right now. If you're thinking about selling a house in the city of Windsor, all you have to do, pick up the phone, call me. Hire a realtor with degrees and designations in real estate who understands game theory, who does the video on game theory, and pay the competing realtor 2.5%. Now, maybe you'll pay me 2.5% too, which you probably should, since I have all these degrees and designations. But if you're a senior citizen above 55 years old, you automatically get my 0.5% discount. Because you're a senior citizen, and I only want to work with senior citizens. Oh yeah, if you're a youngin', I'll help you too. I'm just going to ask you for the full 2.5%, which I'm going to earn every single dime of. And I'm going to overperform generally. Be careful with this on a video. I'm going to generally overperform the market, just like I did with this person here on Westminster. So thanks for watching this week's Windsor Real Estate Market Update. It was, in review, an excellent week with $29 million worth of houses sold. The average selling price was $523. The average over was $21,589. And again, those people that chose to list at 2.5% commission overperformed by $4,385. All the math you need to know. Have a great day. If you have any questions about Windsor real estate, would like my help, please don't hesitate to reach out. Give me a jingle, 519-995-6145, 519-995-6145. If you are here in Riverside, you will see in Our Riverside magazine my new ad. As soon as Our Riverside magazine is published, there's been some delays getting it out. It's hard to find people who want to work in today's society. And this magazine is a little bit behind right now, just because of that. Anyway, those are all good things. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call. I'm going to go to breakfast. My name is Brian, 519-995-6145. Have a great week. Bye-bye.